Hi, my name is Shamika Hampton, and for my Phenomenon project, I have chosen to discuss the HB2 bill and how it is transforming our transgender community and making them feel as though that they are not welcome in any bathroom in which they choose. In this video, you will hear from our fellow A&T students, as well as from a transgender female by the name of Pebbles, and our own North Carolina A&T State University Multicultural Director, Mr. Space. Each person has been asked two questions. One, how do they feel about the provisions in which our very state, North Carolina, is putting on our transgender community by limiting them as to where they may use the bathroom? And two, how can they help our future generation of transgender brothers and sisters to feel more comfortable and accepted in this atmosphere?
My name is Billy Whitehead. I'm a senior here at North Carolina A&T State University. Not to say that I don't care who's in the bathroom with me, but the main purpose is for me to relieve myself. And when I go to relieve myself, I should be able to feel safe. And what I mean by that is just because there's someone who does not identify with the gender given to them at birth, that's not what makes me feel uncomfortable. What makes me feel uncomfortable is how the other people may view them once they're in the bathroom. Because like I said, the main goal when you go to the bathroom is just to relieve yourself. You're not in there trying to check people out. You're not in there trying to make friends. Like, I just want to go to the bathroom and I want to leave. And one of the biggest problems I know that happens with people who don't identify with the gender assigned to them at birth is if they're not what's called passing and they go into their preferred bathroom, they can be looked at strangely. I know a few people who've been harmed in bathrooms by people who did not view them as such. So it's definitely more dangerous on their end than whatever law is trying to make it seem like they're doing to other people. Because 9 times out of 10, the people who harass other people in the bathroom are not people who are undercover trying to peep at somebody. Like, it's someone who's blatantly walking in who doesn't belong in that bathroom. But I do feel like our trans brothers and sisters belong in whatever bathroom they say that they associate with.
And we're finding out that a lot of students, even here at A&T and UNCG and all our neighboring colleges, they are finding out that that a lot of the transgender community is coming to college just to come out. A lot of the ability for them to come out, even in their hometown, is very hard for them. What type of advice would you give them if they are coming here or they're having to go away to become transgender or feeling more comfortable in their skin? What kind of advice would you give them?
I would definitely say the first thing would be to seek out your resources, because there are resources here at A&T, UNCG, Guilford College, other schools within the surrounding area that you may not know are present. So try to do a little bit of research, connect to those resources that you do have, and then those resources are able to connect you with, say, other students who may have experienced the same thing as you, who can tell you what to look out for. These are the routes you should navigate. So definitely utilize your resources and try to surround yourself with people who can at least try to understand who you are and what it is that you're telling them. And just be mindful of the people that you surround yourself with and how open you are with people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, hello, my name is Talia Logan. I'm a senior here at North Carolina A&T State University.
And are you of the trans community?
No, I am not.
In recent news, when we are dealing with the HBC law, what allowing transgender to use the bathrooms, how do you feel about that subject?
I don't think that it's fair, in my opinion, just because of how someone identifies themselves, whether they were born one way and now they identify another way. If their makeup is, for instance, male, I feel like they should be able to use the male restroom. I don't think that should be an issue. I would think that it would make certain people uncomfortable if someone that looked like a male walked into the women's restroom. So it just doesn't make sense to me. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like however people identify is what bathroom they should be able to use.
And for all of those students that are coming to North Carolina A&T, UNCG, and having to leave home just to become whom they are, as they transform into the transgender community, what type of advice would you give to them
Um, I would say college is a fresh start. If that is the route that you had to take, it's a fresh start. Come here, willing just to experience that fresh start. Use the resources that you do have available. There's a lot of people that are going through the same thing that you may be going through. And I think that you guys could all bind together and be able to help each other. There's different organizations such as Proud. I believe Whitehead is the vice president for that. And I think that you should just use your resources as well as get connected with other people that are going through the same thing that you're going through, and just be open to really talking to people so that you can start becoming more comfortable with who you are.
Hi, I'm Pebbles Day. I'm from Burlington, North Carolina. Originally, I was born and raised in Caswell County. I'm 34 years old, and I'm transgender. We've been going in the bathrooms and people make issues out of the bathroom for no reason at all. I've heard people say that we'll go talking about the rape issue, people dressed like women that might go in the bathroom. Well, if they're gonna do that, why haven't it happened yet? You have rapists out here for years. I feel like they use that as to bring it back up to have as a good topic to hold weight as to why they should ban it and they should do away with it. I went in the bathroom several times. People don't say anything. I don't find it to be a big issue. I do feel like they're trying to push us back into the day.
So what would you say to our young students that have just starting to take the same steps?
What I say to those young people is don't wait. Please do not wait, because if you wait, you will have years of your life gone down the drain of opportunities that could have came your way. If you really look at it, the tranny opportunities that are out there, they're really out there for us. And if you get out now and speak your mind or live, you just never know what you could be discovered for. So to you, I say, do not wait. Don't hold your life for somebody else or somebody else's opinion, because your life is the only thing that matters. You hold yourself back from opportunities that you can have by worrying about what others say, and you could be in the next video or something. But to them, I do say, I don't find it bad moving out of state to be who you want to be, because that kind of helped me. But you have to be who you want to be at home first. And if you can't be who you want to be at home first, how can you be who you want to be away from home? Because when you come back home, you got to face that. That means you got to change a lot of stuff just to come back home. Who wants to keep on doing all that? So I say, if you're gonna change now. The change starts today, and it starts within you. And your change won't start until you find it in your heart to say, I am who I am, and this is who I'm gonna be.
I'm Gerald Spates. I'm the director of the Multicultural Student Center here at North Carolina A&T State University. I've actually been doing this work for over 20 years at a lot of institutions with regard to diversity and inclusion. And what really that means is that to make sure that everyone, regardless of who you are, how you worship, your religious differences, sexual orientation, belief systems, political views, whatever, that you're respected and you're valued, because it is a place for everyone. Now, as we talk about the whole transgender issue, particularly here at North Carolina A&T State University, North Carolina A&T State University is or has done a great job, and I think, in my personal opinion, is on the cutting edge of, as a well-known HBCU, of doing things that that we should be doing. Because my view when it comes to transgender, the transgender community, who are not necessarily people who are part of the LGBT community, because a person is transgender and it's not a choice, it's a lifestyle in which a person were born into, in terms of feeling if he or she were comfortable in terms of the skin that they were in. And so they have every right. Our responsibility as an institution, and every institution, is if we accept them we have to support them and serve them. And what that means is also, when we talk about the whole issue with the restroom, is to make sure that the transgender community feel supported and welcomed here. And this is just one aspect. Now, North Carolina A&T, I'm going to tell you what they've done. They have developed transgender or gender neutral types of restrooms. The only bad thing to that is I don't think we have been as transparent in terms of sharing that information out. It probably has gone out now because I've had some conversations with others on campus who are also involved in that whole discussion piece in terms of making sure that students are aware of those accommodations, because it's very important when if a transgender person is considering coming to A&T, he or she needs to know what accommodations, be it in housing, how to find restrooms. Now, it is very, of course, the issue, we're in the South. It is very, and it doesn't excuse it, because again, it is not about us as individuals. It's about making sure everyone feel that they are included, and that we have to provide, make sure we provide those opportunities and advertise. Now, it's been more than a year that we have had a discussion. We actually even have already a roadmap that the university has put out. And I think this should be out, but I have the information. I've shared the information out since I work with a lot of special interest groups. Our LGBT group was just one group that I helped establish on this campus, like I did at other institutions. I share that information out with them. But they are students as well. We as administrators, faculty, staff, and administrators, it is our job to serve and to make sure that we are promoting and making sure that everyone feels included and welcomed and accepted here. And so, again, when we go back to the whole fear factor about, especially, with the whole issue we were dealing with House Bill 2, there's a lot of not only just conservative but very liberal fears about that whole issue. And I personally have fears too. And that's why I have always respected and valued the whole concept of gender neutral types of restrooms, because I do personally have issues with the fact of the whole notion that I think the conservative movement has perpetuated in terms of making people feel that you're going to have a male in the bathroom with a female, and that is kind of somewhat what it does imply, but it doesn't have to be with gender neutral bathroom. Back in the day, it was called unisex. A female walk in, regardless of his or her background or interest, has both the male and female on it, but you're not in there at the same time. You go in and do your business, come out. The next person, regardless if they're the same sex or gender or not, they come. So because on a personal note, I personally have fears that there will be people who will capitalize, and there would be some issues of victimization, as well as on the other side, people who are claiming to be who have been victimized and were not, because of course we live in a country that loves to sue, and I think progressive institutions, be it in higher education, business, you see at the airport where you see gender neutral or unisex types of restrooms where it's only one person in at a time, or family. They go in and lock the door, they come out, and I think that's really the safest thing. And I think without that, and I'm so happy that North Carolina A&T does have that.
As we have heard here from our interviewees, this is a problem that is not just a North Carolina problem, but it is a nationwide problem. It is a community problem. And it is up to us to learn and to experience and embrace our transgender brothers and sisters into this transitional phase.